I am all over the place now because as you can see I am doing over my entire room now, and I have paint like everywhere. And oh, I made this cute little t-shirt thing like to paint with. Isn't it so cute? And like I just like it. If you want to know how to make it, let me know and I would put up a video on how to get like a cute little look like this. So you saw how I got my, well, you didn't see how I got those pink walls behind, but believe me, it was so simple. Just use some tape and grab a friend and it finishes so much quicker than you ever think. And then you saw how I got my headboard, and if you didn't see that video, you can check it out right here. And I am doing over those cupboards there, and I'm painting it white, and I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do with it, but I know it's going to come out so great. So while those covers are drying, I decided that I would do this video because I feel like back to school is just now, and like so many people have asked me to talk about certain things, and one of those topics is like overcoming failure, or like thinking that you failed or did bad and how do you overcome. So failure is so important, and it's such an important part of life because believe it or not, you actually really learn valuable lessons from it. Once you do something the first time and you do it wrong, then chances are you are 100 times less likely to do it again, like repeat the same mistake. Of course, if you do that, then it's just a habit and you need to like break it out. But like for me, I went through really different stages of my life where I played the fool in school quite a lot, and then like I got my first B and it kind of woke me up. And the thing is, like, I was so beating up myself over it, and this was when I was in secondary school. So I was beating myself up over it, and then I realized, you know what, it's really not the end of the world. I have so much more semesters and so much more weeks and so much more things to prove my worth in. So that one setback was just really motivation. And that's how you should always look at it. You use it as a motivation in order to move forward and keep pushing ahead. And then like that was when I was in Form 4 and I got that B, and then in Form 5 like I got all my good passes, like I got all ones for my entire life, which is like something I'm really proud of, because I did go through a lot in order to get there. And then I started university. Now if you only know the amount of work that you would have to do in university, you would never ever complain about high school or secondary school life ever. Like, you don't even understand. So like my first year was good, and then my second year, you know, my sister was here in the country that year, and then my boyfriend and his cousin, which is her boyfriend, were here. So it always used to be the four of us, and we would do every single thing together. So obviously like my work kind of slacked off a bit there. And then I kind of got one bad grade, I think, and it was like not a good grade for me at all, and it really woke me up, and like I decided to push work like 100-fold, like even more than ever. And the thing about it is, failure is so important in understanding and recognizing what exactly is success, because you can't succeed unless you have made mistakes before. There is no way that that could happen. And like my thing is that school is really a learning opportunity, and I would hear so many people complain about marks that they get, and to me it's just like, is this what you're going to be remembered for? Like, what if you die right tomorrow? Are you going to be remembered for that one lab mark that you got like 15 in or something like that? And like really, it's like a pet peeve of mine to hear people like overly complain about like a certain grade, because it's just like, get over it and like really get over it and be like, okay, that is really not the end of the world, and I have this next exam and I will focus all and every single bit of the last energy that I have into it. And that's how I end up like doing so well in school, because it's like I feel like you only have one chance at it sometimes in some cases, and it's so important that you make the best of it. And you know, don't feel depressed and don't beat yourself up over it, because it's really not going to be constructive. It's really not going to help you in any way. If you do bad, or if you think that you do bad, like trust me, the best way to get over it is to just accept what you did and like take responsibility for it, and don't blame the teachers. Okay, in some instances, yeah, it would be the teachers, but in other instances, if you genuinely, have to be so honest with yourself, if you genuinely know that you played the fool, which was what I did in so many instances, and that's why I know I got not so good grades, like take responsibility for it and own up for it and be like, okay, I played the fool, like this is what happened, and now I am just gonna prioritize every single bit of my time now into really pushing work and really doing good. Of course, you have to sacrifice certain things. You are going to sacrifice certain things. Like in nights, I would sometimes like look at my bed and want to freaking weep out because I want to sleep so bad. But the thing is that it really would be worth it in the end. Like, you have to believe me on this. Like, I've been through it a million times, and this is my last semester in school, and I really know what is going to come, and I know that I'm going to have to sacrifice so much things. But like, the thing is, you only have like 3 years. You have the rest of your life to live for, so don't like kill yourself over things that you can't really change. And if you can't change your grade, like if your teacher wouldn't remark you or something like that and you can't change it, really please do not cry and want to like damage yourself or like do something really crazy over a bad grade. Because trust me, like, there's so many successful people who didn't go to school. Like Einstein was like failure at math, I think it was. Like, so many people who are prominent in today's society did not go to school, well, did not continue their education, and they're in so many prominent places right now. I am not saying by any means drop out of school. I think that it's so important, especially in this modern time, to get your degree or have an education and establish yourself in some way, because no matter what you have in life, no one can take over like your bachelor's or a degree or your PhD or your MPhil. Nobody can take that away from you once you have it. So it is so important that you garner all your energy that you could into doing the best that you can, even though the sacrifices really hurt. But trust me, nothing lasts forever, and when you get back your grades, you're gonna be like, okay, yes, I'm so glad I stayed up all night for this, or I'm so glad I did that extra work, or I'm so happy that my coursework mark was hard because I really put in efforts into it. You know, you have to really think like that, and I think it's so important that you be honest with yourself, and that's the first step. And know what you have to do. Prioritize your time and make time for the things that you really know are important, and you know, don't waste time. If you have an exam the next day, please don't go out the night before and expect to do brilliantly, because as well as you think you do, you could have done like 1,000 times better. So don't ever settle for mediocrity at all. You always can do 100 times better than you think you can, and it's important that you believe that and put your mind to it. So I really do encourage you all to really, you know, take time to figure out what exactly you want, and take time to prioritize your life, and have like an organization system where you know exactly which exams are when, which projects are due, and that way, no matter what happens, you really know you have to stick to this plan and get this thing done. And you know, at the end of the day, when you are crossing that stage and you have first class honors or whatever, you're gonna be so proud because you know that you deserved it. You work hard for it, and that's all that you really need to do. So visualize what you want and work extremely hard towards it, and don't spend time being negative and wasting time, you know, taking up valuable space that you could be using to, you know, get yourself in order with life. And you know, don't waste that valuable time by moaning and moping about a grade that already went or an exam that already went. If you mess it up, fine, it's not the end of the world, people. It really isn't. You really could still do better on the next one. There's always another chance. There's always going to be another opportunity to prove yourself. So don't ever for 1 second think that your life and you are defined by that single grade, because you are not, honey. Trust me, you aren't. And at the end of the day, nobody is really, okay, honestly, think about it, nobody is gonna remember you as being the person who has all A's or the person who has like B's or something. Nobody is really gonna care in the next 5 years. So that's the way I always look at it. So don't spend time being negative and, you know, beating yourself up and thinking that you don't deserve anything in life and etc. You don't have to ever be like that, because trust me, you deserve the world, and all you have to do is visualize what you want in life and take the necessary steps and sacrifices in order to obtain it. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you ever find yourself stuck in a rut, take a deep breath, write down what you want in life, write down everything that you need to do, organize everything, and just take a deep breath and just dive into it, which is what I always say to myself in order to get me going. So I hope you enjoyed this prep talk before school begins, and I wish you all the best and so much success this year and for the rest of your life or whatever. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.